Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Guess what? I'm working off the new webcam. uh, let's see if the volume and audio is better than it was on the previous webcams I had. That's one of the things I'm really concerned about is getting good audio quality. Anyway, let's get started. Let's open up the charts right here and let's take a look at what's going on. Hong Kong protesters, they're using laser pointers, you know, and they're aiming them at the cameras and stuff. Uh, they're trying to deter police, and they're trying to scramble the facial recognition technology that's in these web cameras. And you can see a picture of them here. They're shooting their laser pointers at directly at the camera, and it looks like they're being pretty darn successful. I can see right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 or 8 are aiming at the camera right there in that video. So, there's an awful lot of protests going on in Hong Kong right now. Well, Taiwan is watching carefully what happens, what's happening here. And there's an awful tense situation in Taiwan right now. Now here's something I want to point out, very interesting that I saw. Coincidences do happen, but this is a very weird coincidence. Deutsche Bank. Now, we've all been following Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank is looking more and more like it's going to collapse pretty soon. And Deutsche Bank's stock has started to fall again, you know? And this is what gets me, because for days now, I've been watching this all weekend. I go to Deutsche Bank, take a look. Guess what I see here? I'm going to focus in on it so you guys can probably spot it. The Deutsche Bank stock price all weekend has been a number here, a very interesting number. Maybe it's a coincidence, but 6.66 euros. That's what it's been all weekend. I don't know, but doesn't look good to me. Doesn't look good to me. Let's take a look now at this. This is very interesting. This is a Walmart store down in Florida. And I'm going to start the video just for a second here, and you guys can see what happens. It's very interesting. Watch. I'll start and stop the video. Okay, that was in slow motion. Okay? But an old fella, he drove right in through the Walmart down in Florida, senior citizen, I guess, on a golf cart, mowing people over, and 2 security guards grabbed a hold of the rear end of the cart, and they were trying to slow it down, but you ain't going to slow a golf cart down. Them things are powerful, He could have ran over little kids or anything. Now, what's causing this kind of... let's get down to the root cause of why these people are starting to go upset. They're just going ballistic. They're going, what's the root cause of it? Okay, we can look at the stuff like this wasn't happening 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Why is it happening now? Why? What's the root cause? Well, we're going to look at the root cause right now. This is what's causing it. People are losing it. And the reason why they're losing it is because they get to a point, like they've lived all their life, they've always had some money in their pocket, they've always had a house, a place to sleep, and everything else. It's getting taken away from them now, and so they're losing it. Income inequality is the reason, and the reason why income inequality is there is the world's central banks are making a chosen few very rich, and they're making all the rest of us suffer. So this income inequality is creating a sort of chaos situation worldwide. It's a resentment that you find amongst the people worldwide. It's a worldwide phenomenon. It's not just in the United States, but it's a worldwide phenomenon. And this income inequality is hitting everyone around the world. And this is the root cause of all the problems out there within society is this world runs on money. And if a person doesn't have enough money to go out and buy breakfast, or maybe buy breakfast for their kids, you know what I mean? They get very upset. And this is the root. This is getting at the root of the cause. This is the cause of all the problems. Now, we got this. This guy is a flat earther. He believes that the earth is a frisbee floating in space. And so what he's going to do is he's going to get on board this rocket. And it's a steam-powered rocket. Now, this is what gets me. It's a steam-powered rocket. It's only going to fly roughly 1,500 meters into the air. Now, you know, I mean, I know he's all enthusiastic and everything else. He's built this rocket by hand, I guess, and it's really a major accomplishment. But he could get just as good a view of the Earth, if that's what he wants to get a view of the Earth from 1,500 meters, is maybe to drive to South Carolina, North Carolina, and go to the Blue Ridge Mountains. He can go up one of those mountains, and he can get up there about, I don't know, 7,000 feet. You know, if he wants to go to the Rockies, he can go up 14,000 feet. You know, and he doesn't need a rocket, and that's a lot higher than this rocket's going to take him. This rocket's only going to go up 1,500 meters, but he's enjoying what he's doing. He's enjoying life, and he's enjoying the adventure, I guess, of building this rocket and blasting off 1,500 meters into the air, which is quite high. I mean, it's the best part of a mile high. But by gosh, it's just like shooting you. It's just like these guys, you know, who in the circus, who call them the human cannonball. You know, it's the same idea, I guess, you know, but he's going to blast off with this thing. It says a flat earther is looking to blast off towards space in a homemade steam-powered rocket in a launch he is dedicating to U.S. President Donald Trump. Self-taught scientist Mad Mike Hughes plans to launch himself more than 1,500 meters into the sky on Sunday. The 62-year-old limo driver and amateur rocketeer has gained attention in the past for his launches. He has several failed attempts before his first successful launch in March of this year. Hughes successfully launched his rocket off a ramp made from a mobile home and scaffolding, making it 572 meters into the air, I guess, on his first attempt, which is, that's about, what, 2,000 feet? Before deploying his parachute and gliding back to Earth. Amazingly, he walked away from the launch with only a sore back. Probably the sore back came from the acceleration. I mean, this thing probably really goes fast. You know, I'd like to find a news story and find a video of this launch he's going to do, this up-and-coming launch. Pretty interesting, probably. So, asteroids. Now, lately, in the past few months, something's been going on, because I've been watching asteroids. There's been an awful lot of near misses quite recently in the past number of months. We must be going through an area of space right now. Now, the Earth, you know, the Earth travels through space. An awful lot of people don't know it, but we're going like 6,000 miles an hour. If the Earth stopped its rotation suddenly, boom, if the Earth just stopped spinning suddenly, well, everything would fly out of place, because we're moving really fast. You know, it's almost like your car. You know, if you're driving your car down the road and you're going 60 miles an hour and somebody slams on the brakes, you're going to hit your head on the dashboard and everything's going to come flying, you know. You guys might have experienced that before, somebody hitting the brakes too hard, too fast. Well, that's the way with the Earth. But we're not going 60 miles an hour. We're going about 6,000 miles an hour. Can you imagine if somebody put on the brakes? Well, that'll never happen. You know, thank goodness, because everything would go flying. You know, I mean, there would be like 800 mile an hour winds. And I mean, we'd go flying. It'd be the end of us if we stopped suddenly, you know. But we don't. But these asteroids, as we're flying through space, like 6,000 miles an hour, these asteroids are like bullets whizzing around, and they could hit the Earth, these asteroids. And there's many of them out there. But quite recently, An awful lot of them have been shaven really close to the Earth. And these are big rocks. Some of them are the size of the Empire State Building, you know. And if they hit the Earth, I mean, they cause a devastating, you know, they could devastate an entire city. One of the dangers of this is, that they're not stating is if one of these rocks were to, say, hit a city, it looks to the people involved, the people who watch the Earth, they watch Russia. NORAD watches Russia like a hawk. Russia's got similar agencies that watch us like a hawk to make sure we're not going to launch any attacks, right? But if one of these meteors hits and destroys a city, it kind of looks like an attack, and it could set off alarms for that. We need to be careful for that, you know. They need to set up systems so that they can differentiate the difference between a real attack and an asteroid hit, because we're having a lot of these fly by really close. It says unexpected city killer, asteroid narrowly misses the Earth. And, you know, it says asteroid near miss the Earth is a huge wake-up call. Yeah, well, I guess it is, and we've got a lot of them flying by us right now. We must be in an area of space where there's an awful lot of them. See, as we travel through space at 6,000 miles an hour, we move into different areas of space. And not all areas of space are free of asteroids. In fact, around our solar system, there's an asteroid belt. There's a big giant belt of chunks of rock. You know, it's called the asteroid belt. So anyway, listen. Thank you guys for listening to this Sunday report. We'll be on bright and early. We got tomorrow probably. We got so many things going on in the world right now. So many topics. And, you know, don't forget to like and subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And thank you, my audience. And we'll catch you again very, very soon. Bye-bye, guys.